Okay, so, when the hall told me I was going on a data center job, you want to know what I pictured? A closet. Like a nice closet. A fancy IT room with some blinky lights and a really good air conditioner. That is genuinely what I thought a data center was. I'd never seen one. Why would I have? So I drive out to my first campus. I pull off the county road, I come around this line of trees. And I had to pull over. I actually stopped the truck. Because it wasn't a closet. It wasn't a building. It was a horizon. It just kept going. And I sat there in my truck and I laughed. Because 3 years ago, I'm failing out of community college with no plan. And now I'm about to walk into that. I'm Connor Walsh, this is Hotwired, and I want to try to describe to you the biggest room you've ever seen. So here's my problem doing this episode. Scale doesn't work in words. I say, it's big, and your brain goes, yeah, big, sure, like a Costco. No, bigger. I need you to recalibrate. One of these data center buildings, just one, and a campus has several, can run over 1 million square feet. 1 million. Put it this way, you could park multiple football fields inside, end to end, and still have room left over. And the ceilings are high, like aircraft hangar high, because of all the equipment that has to hang up there. And it's not one building, it's a campus. Building 1, Building 2, Building 3, sometimes more, spread across hundreds of acres. What used to be a cornfield. There's a whole road network just to get around the site. There are more porta-potties than the town I grew up in has people. I'm barely exaggerating. And the people. On a big day, thousands of workers on one campus. Thousands. Every trade you can name. Iron, concrete, pipe, sheet metal, operators, and us, the electricians. It's like a small city that shows up every morning, builds all day, and drives away every night. And I'm one of them, and I'm not gonna lie, the first week I got lost. On foot, inside. I had to ask a guy for directions to a building I was standing next to. Okay, so let me actually tell you what a data center is, because once I understood it, the whole thing made sense. A data center is a building full of computers. That's it, at the bottom. Rows and rows of servers. The machines that run the internet, your apps, your photos, and now all this AI stuff everybody's talking about. When you ask a chatbot a question, it's answering from a room like the one I'm standing in. That's where the cloud actually is. It's not a cloud. It's a building in a cornfield in the Midwest with my conduit in the walls. And here's the thing about a building full of computers. Computers eat electricity. A lot of electricity. And every watt that goes in comes back out as heat. So then you need giant cooling systems which, surprise, also run on electricity. So what is a data center? From where I'm standing with a tool belt on, it is the biggest, most complicated electrical project you have ever seen, with a roof over it. The power coming into one of these campuses can rival a small city, and all of that power has to be received, stepped down, distributed, backed up, and delivered to every single server rack without ever blinking. Because if the power blinks, the internet blinks. That's electricians. That's our whole world. The switchgear, the distribution, the backup systems, the thousands and thousands of feet of conduit and cable tray and wire that move that power around. On a normal building, electrical is one trade among many. On a data center, electrical is basically the point of the building. And that's when it hit me. That first week, wandering around lost inside this thing. We're not a side trade here. We're the most wanted trade on the site. There are never enough electricians for these jobs. The demand is through the roof, all across the country, because they're building these things everywhere, and every one of them needs an army of us. Journeymen, apprentices, anybody who can bend pipe and pull wire and read a print. Which means, and this took a minute to sink in, that dumb luck decision I made at a family barbecue 3 years ago put me in the exact center of the most in-demand skilled trade, on the biggest construction boom in generations, at 26 years old. I stood in the middle of that room, the biggest room I've ever seen, the room where the internet is going to live, and I thought, I am standing in the middle of history, with a bender in my hand. And they're paying me. It's beautiful. I don't care how that sounds. I'm Connor Walsh, this is Hotwired, and I still can't believe I get paid for this. Next time, the money, what an apprentice actually makes, and why I got a little mad when I found out. Hotwired is powered by Namchi Base. So here's the thing about these giant jobs in the middle of nowhere. There's nowhere to stay. Guys are driving an hour each way, sleeping in motels that fill up. Some guys sleeping in their trucks. It's rough. Namche Base is the fix. They build actual villages right by the job. Private room, hot food, gym, barber, 12 minutes from the gate. If you ever get sent to one, you won't want to leave, I'm telling you. Namchebase.com. Go look.